Well, hello everybody. I'm in Vessel Hope, and I'm going to call up Scott Ferguson. I want to ask him a question. There's something that happened, and I'm trying to get to the bottom of it, so we're going to give him a call. And see, I haven't talked to him in a bit. He's in Australia now. Hey, Scott,
Hi,
how are
Steven.
you doing?
What's going on?
How's Australia?
Oh, it's great here.
So, I was trying to, I know that you had made a commitment to serve the Lord. You love God, and you're a very intelligent, bright person. You've never done drugs. You don't drink. Have you ever drank in your life or experimented?
I have when I was a little kid.
When you were a little kid?
When I was a little kid, yeah.
But-
I jumped on the bed with my friend Andrew Simpson, and we were like 10 years old.
Really? But you never had an alcohol problem or nothing like that?
No, I never had a problem with it. I was rebellious because, your parents tell you don't do this, and, you're like, why?
And how old are you now?
I'm 36.
And you're in Australia, you're traveling. I know you're fairly successful with your art, and we really appreciated you visiting us in Hawaii and staying with us on Big Island, and your artwork that you did here, and you're really talented. I really feel honored that I had you in my presence. And also your commitment for the Lord and your baptism was a really special moment. But there's something happening. You know the story you told me about that guy, and I don't know who he was. I figured he's
Which guy? Which guy are you talking about?
There's a guy at the Adventist church. You were invited to go to church several times. I invited you, several other people. And by the way, those people that invited you, they want to get baptized now too. So
Which people are you talking about?
Mikey and Shan.
Oh, yeah, Mikey and Shan.
So, the guy that he told you, what did he say again? He told you to leave or something when you were there under our invitation during a program?
You're gonna have to remind me a little bit more about
okay, so
what you're referring to,
you were
which guy and what circumstance.
I was with you at Diamond Head Church, and I saw a guy talk to you, and he said, I told you to leave. I heard him say that.
Oh, yeah. I know the guy you're talking about.
And then I asked you, what's that about? And you told me that at Central Church, he told you that you had to leave, and he was going to call the police. Where are you at? Are you at that looks like Buddhist. Are you at a visit? Yeah. Are you visiting temples?
I'm just at an Airbnb, and it was nice because when I got here,
they have those things there. Yeah,
I saw this, and it's like, oh, that's cool.
Okay, so back to this really quick, because I got to make this short, and I'm going to do we're going to do Bible studies with these people. Did he really tell you that you had to leave and call the police on you?
Yeah, so I'll tell you what happened. So Michael Dunn, he invited me to go to Zumba, and I'd never done Zumba before, so I was like, wow, that's funny, Zumba, huh? And so he said, I have a shirt for you. I want to give you a Zumba shirt. And I was like, wow, that's so funny, wearing a Zumba shirt, going to Zumba. It just seemed comical to me. But whatever the case, I was like, all right. So I go with him in the car, and he gets out of the car. I get out of the car, and he says, I'm going to come back later. And I said, oh, okay. So I'm at this church, and I'm like, all right, I'm waiting to do the Zumba. So I walk around just to see where I am, And I walk into this church, and I look, and I see, oh, wow, this is a nice church. Interesting. Okay. I'm looking around. There's like, I don't know, a few people in there. This guy walks up to me, and he says, hey, you can't be in here. And I said, what? What do you mean I can't be in here? I just walked in. It's a church. What do you mean? And he's all like, you can't be in here. And I'm like, what? I don't get it. Well, why are you telling me that? He says, you see that door over there? That's the door you go out of. And I'm like, what? I don't get it. What do you... See that door over there? You go that way. You go out that door. And I'm like, what? But anyway, so I'm like, okay. So then I decided I don't want to go out of that door. So I just went back to the door that I had first walked in. He's like, no, not that door. The other door. Not that door. And then I'm like, no. So I just walked out of the door when I had walked in. And then after that, I'm like, that was weird. And then I walk around to the area around the church on the other side. And there's probably maybe five or so people. And they were Zumba. They were like getting ready. They hadn't started yet. So I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh wow, so this is what the Zumba thing is? Because there was only like a few people there, Anyway, so I'm just like, okay, so now what? So I sit down and I'm just waiting for the Zumba thing to start. And so then eventually, 20 minutes later, there was a lot of people. There was like a good 50 people or something. And I thought it was interesting that I saw it from the start to that. And it was interesting. It was actually really funny.
Okay, so I know that Mikey he's kind of one of the leaders in that Zumba, and the older people come and they do music and they do exercises and stuff like that. So then did he see you again, and did he say he was gonna?
Yeah, he saw me again. So what happened was he came back because I didn't know where he had gone, but I guess he went to his house or he went somewhere else. I'm not sure. He changed his clothing, something.
And you couldn't leave because you were brought there by other church people and you were with them.
No. I was brought there with Mikey, and Mikey dropped me off.
That's what I'm saying.
I was waiting for the Zumba thing.
Right. You couldn't just leave.
I was just simply waiting.
What I'm saying is you couldn't just simply, you could, but it wasn't proper to leave when you were brought there by Mikey.
No, I'm not going to. No, I was brought there to do Zumba.
Yeah.
I only had gone
and
there.
And I want you to know that you are welcome to go there. I'm a member of this church. You are welcome. We love you. And I'm going to get to the bottom of it. So did he ever say he was going to call the police on you?
Yes. So what happens was this. So the Zumba thing happened, right? And then after that, I was like, wow, that was interesting. That was wild. Because I never experienced the Zumba thing. I've done breakdancing and different community gatherings or whatever, but it was unique. I had never experienced the Zumba thing. So then after that, I'm like, okay, interesting. Okay, and yeah, Mikey was there. And there was a bunch of other people that were really nice that I met.
And he's the leader. Anyway, he was the leader of that event, right?
No, not quite.
Okay.
That was a bit of an exaggeration.
Okay, gotcha.
He wasn't a leader at all. He was just a participant.
Okay.
But anyway.
That's what I wondered, because he's really good at Zumba, and I thought he must be the instructor.
No. There was 3 or 4 people that were on stage that were leading it. He was just participating.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised too, because I thought he was going to be the leader, and no, he wasn't at all. But whatever the case.
So
maybe he's led some classes, and that's why he said that. But
okay, but the guy came back to you, said he'd call the police, and I want to get to the bottom of this. I shared this with someone because I'm concerned when someone is mistreated, and then after that, you still continued with your quest to know God and His Son, and you being Jewish background, it was quite a special moment for me to see you go into the waters and get baptized. And so I wanted to get to the bottom of this. So I shared with a close friend of mine that I trusted, and I said, "Do you know who this person is? I'd like to get their side of the story." So their side of the story, I want to get your response to it.
This old man that you're talking about.
This old man, he said that he caught you when no one else was around at the church grounds taking a dump, pooping by a door on the church grounds. Did that ever happen?
That never happened. That never happened. That is hilarious.
So you were never at the church by yourself, pooping on the church grounds?
Like I said, all I simply did was wait for the Zumba people to do whatever it is they were doing. Then they started. Then I participated. And then the guy decided to pick on me. because
Did you try to go find the bathroom and the door was locked and you just took a dump by the door?
No. I went into the bathroom. There was a bathroom, and while they were doing the Zumba, I took a break from the Zumba and I went to the bathroom.
So you did use the bathroom while you were there.
There's a bathroom there that I used, yeah.
How do you feel in your heart with someone making up stories and treating you like this, being Jewish? How do you feel?
I didn't know why the guy was picking on me. I felt like it was ridiculous because I thought a church is a place for welcoming others and, accepting others for all their differences or whatever. I thought that was like the deal with church goings,
Have you been making an effort in your life separate from your parents to follow your conscience or your heart on certain things like lifestyle and diet and spiritual things?
Of course. I have to go along my own guide. I can't only rely on what I was taught growing up.
So you're into health and you eat a vegan diet or a plant-based diet?
That's right, Stephen Henry Jenkins.
And
that's right.
Do you do that out of love and compassion for God and the animals, or health, or all of the above, or?
I do it for exposure. No, I'm just kidding. That was a bad joke. That was a really bad joke.
No,
that was a mixture of the art thing and other things that I got to talk about.
But I'm just.
No. I'm sorry.
I know you have a sense of humor, and I appreciate.
Let me get back to answering your question.
How do you? Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, so the reason why I do it is because I need to. It's kind of like when the lady Michelle asked me.
Michelle Seibel.
What's her last name?
Seibel. Michelle Seibel. Seibel.
Oh, okay. When Michelle Seibel asked me how we met, I didn't know what to say, and I just said, we had to meet. Like I didn't want to say this or that. I just felt like it was right to just state it like that. And I would say with the veganism, same thing. I feel like if I don't consciously think about what I put in my body, I'm being dumb. Why be dumb? There's no reason to be dumb when I don't have to be dumb. I'd rather be intelligent. I'd rather be conscious. I'd rather be, fair and just, and all that sort of stuff versus just, whatever, I'll just eat this because it's food, whatever. Like, that's not the way I want to live my life.
Well, Scott,
I want you. People live their life that way.
I want you to know that I want you to know that I love you. I appreciate you, and I apologize profusely for the behavior of my church and anyone that has done anything like that. And I'm going to get an apology for you in writing. Okay?
Wow. That would be amazing.
Okay. God bless you. We love you. We'll talk to you later.
God bless you too, Henry.
Okay.
Love you too.
God bless. Bye-bye.
All right.